big beautiful world called planet Earth. I know that I say this a lot and I don't really act on it, and I'm trying to get better at it. Now, trying and actually doing something, like I've said before, is two completely different things. What I'm getting at is that I feel, and I've realized, that there's a whole world out there for me to explore. There's a whole world of people I've never met or people that I would like to meet that could help me become a better person. And because I'm not the best person that I can be, I know that. And there's a lot of individuals, a lot of friends and family and strangers who want to see me be the best version of myself that I possibly can be. Now, I realize that that's not going to happen today. It probably won't happen tomorrow. It may take a week. It may take 2 weeks. It may take a month. It may take 2 months. It may take 6 months. It may take even a year. It may take 2 or 3 years. But at some point in my life, I got to realize that there's so much for me to see out there in the world. And it's not just going to YouTube conventions. It's not just going to the movies. It's not just going to the grocery store. It's not just going to different states to experience the amusement parks. It's not just about going to another country and experiencing their culture. It's about so much more than that. It's about so much more. It's about connectivity. It's about interaction. It's about communication. It's about being better and doing better, not just for myself, which is very important, but also to every single person out there who has not met me that should meet me, because I like to think this may be not your cup of tea, but I feel for me personally, I have the ability to be an extrovert. I have the ability to talk and be who I want to be with every single person out there. Whether they hate me, they like me, they love me, they disgusted by me, they're repulsed by me, they're happy to see me. Whatever it is, on both sides of whether it's the positive outlook in life or the negative outlook in life. I feel like me sitting here talking to you with the camera in my room isn't helping anyone. It sure as heck isn't helping me. Because I like to communicate with people. I do. Even though it doesn't seem like I do, I do. Whenever I'm going to, a movie or a grocery store or a restaurant or something along those lines, I will talk 100% of the time. I will not be that, silent, shy guy, because that's not who I am anymore. I mean, I used to be that guy a long time ago, and maybe some part of me is still that shy, silent person, but for the most part, I like to talk. I like to communicate. I like to listen. I like to experience the world and everything that exists in this world. Whether it's complete strangers, whether it's someone I've known for a very, very long time, whether it's someone that I might be acquaintances with, whether it's a family member, that's what I do. I like to be a communicative person. I like to be an extrovert. Because that's who I am as a person, and that's who I will continue to be in the future. Whatever I do out in that world, whether it's going to the movies, whether it's going to a grocery store, whether it's going to plan a beach vacation or some sort of a trip with friends, or going to Topgolf, or maybe going miniature golfing, or going bowling, or going shopping, that is the main plan, and that will continue to be the main plan until I can't do that anymore. Now, that does not take away from the fact that I'm going to continue to do this consecutive daily vlogging. I just may not film with those individuals because they probably don't want to be on camera unless it's a fellow YouTuber or it's a fellow social media influencer, whatever it is. I will ask their permission. If they say no, then I will move on. If they say yes, I will pitch an idea for a YouTube video. But that's out there. And I need to start doing more things out there and be communicative and be talkative and listen and just experience the world for what it is. Whether my plans are to go to New York, whether my plans are to go to Orlando, whether my plans are to go to San Diego or Greece or Portugal or Germany or any of these places. I know it's going to take a long time for any of those things to happen, but we have to take baby steps because going to another country is a lot more difficult than going to another state or to going to another city in this current state I'm living in or things of that nature. You got to make smaller trips before you can make bigger trips. You got to make smaller plans before you can make bigger plans out there in the world. I mean, I've talked about this before, and I'm going to figure out a way to do this. Whether it's going to take 2 or 3 years for the Comic-Con thing. I've discussed it with some individuals. That's plan is for 2025 or 2026. The plan for next year, though, and I've mentioned this before, is to figure out a way to either rent a beach house, to rent a cabin, to rent a lake house potentially, to rent some sort of a location and have a good time with friends. Whether that's in Southern California, whether that's by the beach, like Huntington Beach, or going to Big Sur or Big Bear, or going to the North Shore and Lake Tahoe. These are just some of the ideas that I've been spitballing for years and years and years. So ever since I turned 30, I've been planning this and figuring out all the details and figuring out how much I could save in order to make this plan come into fruition. But that's still 350 something days away. And there's no guarantee. Like I said, there's no guarantee that this will actually happen, but I'm pushing and pushing and pushing and figuring out detail after detail after detail of how I can make that trip happen. I've been doing research on places that we could stay. I like to keep it under 10 friends that I've known for a long time, or 10 friends in general. And figuring out a way to get there, and all these variables that go into planning this birthday vacation, so to speak, for next year. It's not going to be easy, but I'm going to do it because that's what's important to me. Is like I said earlier, is to go out there and have a good damn time with my best friends, with my friends, with acquaintances, and just have a good time. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're here to do, is to have a good time. Not too much of a good time, but just the right amount of good time that a person can have. With that being said, we've got a couple birthdays to wish today, so I'm probably going to butcher it, so I'm going to just spell out her first name. So I want to wish Xochitl Gomez a happy birthday, and Catherine Langford a happy birthday today as well. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 birthdays tomorrow to wish, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to wish every single one of those individuals a happy birthday tomorrow. There are no more birthdays for the month of April on YouTube, but there are still birthdays on Instagram that I'm going to be wishing tomorrow. And then we start May on Monday. So, we got a couple of birthdays on May 1st. How many? Just 2 on May 1st. And then we've got a couple on May 2nd. So, there's that. with that being said, go outside and do something amazing for yourself, with your friends, with your family, whoever it may be. Stay happy, stay upbeat, be who you want to be, and do what you want to do with your life. And find your love story, and I will see you tomorrow with a brand new vlog. And bye-bye.